So here we are in officially shut down Washington. There's the Bank of America. That's across from the Treasury building. And here's Lafayette Park. And here's the, since 9/11, blocked off street. This used to be a public street. It's part of Pennsylvania Avenue. You can drive on it. But it's in front of the White House, so now they're terrorized. Somebody's going to plow a truck through here and plow into the White House with a bunch of dynamite. They routinely arrest people if they're here to protest. If they do something like stand on the fence there at the White House, or someone allegedly once threw a tea bag across the fence and they shut it all down. Anyway, they're just kooks. But this is my little video of Washington and shutdown, because I was walking by the White House anyway. Been at a meeting of people who would like to make the shutdown permanent, and they were meeting just a little to the east of the White House, and now I'm gonna go pick up my bicycle just a little west of the White House where I live, and since I work in the private sector, I probably have to go back to work even though it's shut down. Anyway, we just learned that at 5:30 today, Bammy is having Congress people, or Republican Congress people, I'm not sure which, come meet him here at the White House, so he can either scream at them in person and call them racist, or maybe he can beg them to, well, what if I gave you this little teeny thing, this teeny little morsel of freedom? Would you then, if I let people just like not have to pay the medical device tax for a year, would you then let me have Obamacare? He's going to do something like that later today. These are mainly tourists. Although there's probably a sprinkling of nerds and wonks who work for policy-related nonprofits amongst them. I'm doing these videos partly just because everything's really pretty this week in Washington. The weather's kind of perfect, but it's going to get up to 87 today.
I just want to show you, it's a rhetorical exercise.
You got the fucking White House next.
I think they're far larger than whether or not.
You can see the huge amount of police here. Several. They're here to protect Obama from marauding tourists. Once you get past the White House in this direction, you hit the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, and the Organization of American States and the State Department. A lot of international organizations that get huge amounts of money looted from taxpayers and spend it and waste it. There's more police, 2 more police cars. This is the old executive office building, which is where most of the staff work. They don't actually work in the West Wing. Here's a good vantage point because you can see the Washington Monument behind the White House. And I think you can see, maybe this is the Rose Garden, although I think it's a little off to the side of the Rose Garden. You can see all these media tents set up. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, that's the Rose Garden. Off the West Wing. That's literally the West Wing that is sticking out of the White House over towards the old executive office building. And there are all the media tents set up to interview people when they emerge from the White House. This is a row of little foundations, this whole street. I think the old 1,000 Points of Light Foundation used to be over here. It's really nice sort of 19th century Rococo-looking building is the Renwick Gallery. I think it's Renwick. It's a very, very nice private gallery. I don't know if it gets tax support or not, but It's not actually government owned. It's very nice.
Now you'll have time to catch up on all those little chores that you've been avoiding.
I went there a million years ago and heard libertarian Sheldon Richman, who was at various times an editor of this or that in the libertarian world, play the violin in a string quartet. This was a long time ago. If he hears this tape, he'll probably say, I haven't played a stringed instrument in decades. Anyway, it's a nice gallery. It's here across from, the sun's really going to mess with this, the old executive office building. And as soon as we get past that, we really do hit sort of World Bank, IMF buildings. I think the Mexican embassy's in there. Maybe we'll just continue. The World Bank has this nice water feature. And if you try to photograph the outside of the World Bank security guards go absolutely bonkers and actually tell you to go away. So I think that's a good reason for continuing to film as we get there. Just to make them uncomfortable. Anyway. Dedicated to art, it says at the top of the Renwick Gallery. Notice the area we just walked through. This goes down to the mall. And that goes to sort of K Street where all the lobbyists are. Well, the Pennsylvania Avenue practically is K Street, they're only a block apart. This whole little strip here is where people basically attempt to plan the entire Earth, or where a lot of it goes on, or at least their minions who carry it out are here. I guess there's an equivalent place in Brussels for the EU. And you know, the way things are going, there may someday be an equivalent place in Beijing, but now I think it's mainly here in Brussels. And Brussels is probably a junior partner. Anyway, I don't tend to make these much more than about 14 minutes long, because I don't think YouTube and the infrastructure and the technology really supports it for more than that. This, I believe, no, this isn't it. I was going to say this is the post office building that Trump is converting into a hotel, but that's actually on the other side of the White House. The minions of Washington don't just eat deli food, they eat gourmet deli food. Ah, where's my water feature? The World Bank is farther away than I thought it was. I'm not sure we're going to make it to the piece where there's the water feature that they tend to shoo you away from when you try to photograph it. It's a World Bank shipping store. Full of highfalutin titles that are all info shop at the World Bank. This next building is also a World Bank building. Maybe that's the one with the cool water feature that when you photograph it, they try to chase you away because they're afraid that you'll see something secret. Although it may be even farther. It may be farther over somewhere that I'm actually not going to go. Or maybe they turned it off for the winter. I don't know. Anyway, it's the World Bank. Not particularly far from Treasury and the White House. And I of America. I think I'm stopping here.